Hello and welcome to Northampton and the River Nen. You know, when many people think of buying a narrowboat, they have this wonderful idyllic dream of setting sail, pulling up the lines and chugging gently round the whole canal network. And there are 2,000 miles of that network in England and Wales. But how many boaters can actually say they've truly done it? Well, not many, but one of them is over there.
Regular viewers may immediately recognise this narrowboat. It's aptly named Perseverance, and it belongs to Joe and Michael, who you may have seen on this channel before when I joined them for adventures such as going up the River Thames, crossing the Mersey estuary from Liverpool, or most recently, crossing the Wash. This trip, filmed in mid-October last year, will be considerably less dramatic, but considerably more significant. For by the end of the day, Michael and Joe will have boated along pretty much every inch of connected navigable waterways of the British network. But to start with, we were facing the wrong way, so Michael had to spin the boat around. Unlike the narrow canals, not a problem on a river with width to spare. That done, they bid farewell to boating buddies and pointed Perseverance in the direction of the Northampton Arm, the short canal that links the river back to the Grand Union Canal. Amongst other things, Northampton is famous for its brewery. We weren't expecting much traffic, so it was a mild surprise when another narrowboat emerged from the canal entrance, but again there's plenty of room to swerve. The Northampton Arm is just under 5 miles long, but has a back-aching 17 locks in that distance. Ingeniously, Joe and Michael had thought to invite viewers from their channel to come and help, so even at the first lock, eager hands were waiting to greet the boat and operate the gates and paddle gear. As we went on, more and more joined in, as you'll see, including their excited pets. I must say, canal boating is a lot easier when you have a team operating both the top and lower gates and paddles for you. A burst of reverse thrust brought the boat to a halt in the lock, and whilst the water flooded in, Joe and Michael's dog George had a chance to meet the puppy, who wasn't entirely sure what to make of things.
It's going to eat me! It's going to eat me!
With the lock full, Michael could proceed with some caution, having a history with this bit of canal.
We came up here once before because we were going to moor up where these boats are up ahead while Joe was gone for her walk. And when we got up here, the water was about another 6 inches down, and I could barely move to make it as far as the lock, or to make it as far as the boats. And then I had to reverse through all the weed. So I'm hoping it's a little better today.
Indeed, no such problems were encountered, with the water pretty clear for a canal, enabling the pesky weeds at the bottom to be seen easily. While Michael helmed the boat, Joe walked George as usual with their fans for company. For my regular viewers who miss me cruising, here is some cruising. I did always say I'd have cruising video on other people's boats. We're still within Northampton here, as you can no doubt tell from the graffiti-tagged wall. But progress was decent, with the second of the 17 locks now ahead. This is a narrow canal in every sense, but if only this 5 miles had been built for wide beams, it would have formed the missing link between the wide canals of the south and the north. But with the locks all narrow beam as well, there's little likelihood of it being upgraded. The cost would be astronomical. This was autumn, and the leaves were leaving a golden blanket on the ground. The volunteers, presumably who knew what they'd let themselves in for, did a sterling job, pushing the gates open and closed as needed. One viewer pointed out to Michael the UK's tallest testing tower to our right.
Lift tower.
Oh, is it over that way?
Look, there it is.
127 metres high, it was built to test lifts, but now does scientific experiments as well.
Okay, well, that's a good reason.
No surprise to see the Carlsberg lorry heading out of town, a frequent local sight because of the brewery. It may be a narrow canal, but there's always space to pass, carefully. Speaking of narrow, here's a spot where once there was a lift bridge, now gone. Mere inches either side, no problem for Michael. After 2,000 miles and 4 years of narrowboating, you'd hope not. After a while, Michael disembarked and Jo took the helm for a bit. Her ever-wonderful viewers were even sorting out the water levels further on.
Top rocks are very low. We're going to have to get ahead of them and send some more water down.
And that group was ever so gently expanding at each lock we encountered. Under the M1 motorway, there's a much prettier wall painting than the last, celebrating the town's history. Inevitably, more locks followed. With 17 in less than 5 miles, you're never far from them on this stretch. Canals are, you'll notice, a wonderful environment for dog walking. Perseverance is looking a little worse for wear here. So would you after that much travel. Since this was filmed, Jo and Michael have begun a substantial refurbishment programme, documented in their own videos. A link to their channel is in the video description. Whilst novices may balk at steering into a narrow lock, it's a breeze for Jo, who takes them with eye-watering speed. Just half paddles or less is usual to start, else the turbulence in the lock as the water swirls in can be really rather violent. The paddles can be wound the rest of the way once the swooshing subsides a bit. These wire statues are amusing next to one of the locks, the man apparently pointing to a wire squirrel in the tree. You can practically sense his wife rolling her eyes at his interest.
Maybe there's a path get through, or do we turn and go up and...
We were by now about halfway-ish along the arm. I'll spare you every single lock to the end, but here's a speeded up sequence of the boat rising. If you're new to narrowboating and thinking, this is all very slow, welcome to canal time, where nothing happens in a rush. That's the whole point. You'll notice if you come along here, these mosaics, 2 by each lock. They were designed and made by local school children. One shows an aspect of canal heritage, the other an image from nature. The letters, once you've found them all, spell a word, and are also the initial of each of the nature items shown. R for rabbit, H for holly, and so on. There's a little swing bridge at Lock 5, but I'm told it remains open all the time, so Joe could go straight in, no messing around. That's the view back over how far we've come. And there's the very last lock for Joe and Michael to do before they complete their odyssey. It felt like quite a notable moment as the boat approached.
I'm just glad people like you know they're out there, but you know, and you meet people, but it's not in combinations and you know like large.
For the final time that day, the volunteer viewers did their stuff. And with the top gate opened, narrowboat Perseverance could begin the last stretch, less than half a mile to Gayton Junction, where they'd finally have come full circle. Although in reality it was no circle at all, but a huge wiggly route around the country. Quite the moment for Joe and Michael to absorb.
I mean, there will be more locks, but that's the last new lock. That's weird.
Oh my God, look at everyone's cameras.
Whatever you do, Michael, don't hit anything.
The crowd followed on foot. At the junction, almost chaos, with a handful of other boats coming the other way and manoeuvring in to use the facilities point. Luckily, there's plenty of space. You can make out Perseverance at the back there. As soon as the stern of the boat meets the junction, that's it. 2,000 miles of connected canal all travelled. No surprise there was applause from the onlookers, and it was appreciated by our hosts.
The fact that so many people showed up and so many people were so positive, it was just like uplifting, you know. It's just like, okay, my mood is just going up. And
but yeah, it hasn't sunk in that it's done, has it?
the moment we got to the junction and people are like waving and everything, and especially when we got here moored up and there's clapping, and it's just like, oh my God, it hasn't quite hit, but it's hitting.
Indeed, the boat was moored just after the turn. There's dedicated visitor mooring here. As the crowd gathered, Michael and Joe chatted about their exploits and memories. I asked them what their favourite journeys had been.
Favorite for just sort of epic feeling would still be going through Tower Bridge. Favorite for this is an adventure was the Wash, especially when you guys ended up backwards. But most visually stunning, most, oh my gosh, this is just something that you could never see any other way, would be Reach Load on the Cambridgeshire Loads. Like, yeah, that was just how is this possible?
Even George joined in with celebrating, a viewer having brought him a pack of new tennis balls to play with.
Who's going to throw it? Who's going to throw it? Who's going to throw it?
Who's going to play?
Well, he's going to drop it in front of me any second. He's going to require me to kick it, aren't you? Oh, it's the first railway bridge in the whole country.
After 4 years and all those miles, what were Joe and Michael's final thoughts?
It's all been worth it. Like, that's the funny thing. There's all these places where we will get complaints from viewers. You know, oh, Birmingham is just so dirty.
Yeah, don't
like,
go there, don't stop there. And then
yeah,
you get there and it's lovely.
It's always worth
fine.
it. Like, we've had so many places where we've been told, oh, don't moor there, it's an absolute hellhole. Don't moor there, you know, this reason or that reason. Don't go to Whiz Beach, it's this. And I haven't seen a part of England yet, or Wales, that hasn't been worth at least seeing for myself.
Cheerio.